Hello, and welcome back to Panic at the Dice Roll. I'm your DM, Tanner Sandrock, and these are my friends and players. Curtis.
Hi, I play Calder Selfblade. I actually resurrected my Twitter. Not doing shit with it for now.
You're back on Twitter?
Yep.
Do you have any spicy takes?
The only spicy take I'm gonna have is how bitchin' this next batch of meat I'm gonna make is. It's about as spicy as I get.
Can you please tweet your intrusive thoughts to Ted Cruz?
It can't stop you. It's not illegal.
I'm just gonna barrage Ted Cruz with my hot takes on just different genres of movies and then tell him how he's wrong. Responds.
Although, Keely, I will remind you that whenever you bring up trigger warning Ted Cruz, please provide a trigger warning.
Oh, sorry. TC. TWTC.
Speaking of Keely, you're next.
Hi, I'm Keely, and I play Floof, who definitely know how to swim.
Does Floof know how to swim? I guess we'll find out.
Tune in today to find out.
Definitely knows how to swim.
Travis.
I am Travis. I play Elliot Montgomery. The Monty fact of the week was actually going to be different, but I'm going to change it now to explain how Monty knows how to swim. You see, Monty, his dad went by the school of sink or swim, and when he was 11, just got tossed into the water, and eventually came back out.
This explains a lot.
Yep.
Surprised
it would be
to hear
funnier if it was like Monty was 22. His dad just like
boy don't know how to swim.
Have I ever given a determinate age for how old Monty even is?
I just assume at whatever level angst exists, so sometime between 16 and 35.
Yeah, cool.
To be fair, not a lot of growth happens during that time anyway, so.
No. Joe.
I play Vodka Wild Speaker, and last week I got a pretty awesome gift, so she's very excited for the next full moon, just to see what happens.
And Og.
Why do I hear piano?
Because I added some piano.
Oh. It's pretty.
I'm
Og. I play Sheltari. Don't talk over my intro, Tanner.
I bet that's really frustrating.
In preparation for our beach episode, I'm drinking a sparkly white beverage, and I won't tell you what I plan on doing.
Okay. Well, you can follow us on Twitter at D20Panic. You can check out all our past episodes on YouTube, also at D20Panic. All the sound effects that you hear are brought to you by Syrinscape.com, because awesome adventures deserve awesome sounds. Our theme song is called Sunless Road, and our character art was created by Keely. What else is there? Oh yeah, I probably should recap. So it's been a couple weeks, so I should probably recap. So you guys went to the Black Cabin, north of Lonelywood, looking for a scientist who was working on a magical trinket that he thought could somehow end the long winter. Upon arriving there, you guys found the charred remains of said scientist, and Monty picked up the trinket that was in his hand. It immediately exploded and killed Sheltari, Monty, and Calder. Everything was fine, though. You guys got trapped in the border ethereal and helped the scientist who was there and also dead, who had a massive ego, complete his project in the middle of... and then used your ghostly powers to help guide Vodka and Floof into completing it in its physical form.
I helped.
halfway through this process, a werebear approached the cabin, turned out to be the legendary, what was her name?
Omiye.
Nartok.
Nartok. Omiye
Yeah,
Nartok.
Omiya Nartok, the legend of the Goliath tribes. And turns out they had been following the party for a little bit and decided it was appropriate time to approach Vaka and challenge their resolve and strength. I believe Vaka rolled somewhere around 4 nat 20s in one-on-one combat.
I like to call
And-
this the fuck around and find out session.
And proved theirself like twice over. And as a reward, they were gifted with the werebear lycanthropy.
Sure. Yeah, sure. I'll accept your gift. Wait, no. What are you biting for? No. Oh.
Oh wait.
Never mind. Yeah, bite me.
To be fair, I
Well.
thought I was going to get the really cool axe they were leaning on.
What a
Because
roller
I love
coaster it was.
axes, but nay, it's even better. And I was the last one to figure out what it was going to be.
Yeah, if you
It
go
was
back
adorable
in,
just seeing Joe's face of the.
It was good, yeah.
yeah, if you go back and watch that episode and just watch everybody's reactions as they all come to the conclusion of what's about to happen.
Yeah.
I don't think Joe realized it until they bit their hand.
I was like, wait a minute.
Like, this is a weird way to receive an axe. But anyway, you guys completed the trinket, you completed the ritual, and as the item came to life, it cast a modified version of control weather on the surrounding area and giving you guys a brief window of summer. That is when your new werebear friend told you about another kind of cabin not too far away that was sitting on the edge of a old hot spring that had been frozen over because of the extreme cold. And they believe that now with the, small period of summer that you guys have, that it might be decent and usable again. And so that's where they're going to lead you.
And we also got a blessing of Lythander.
Oh yeah, you guys got a blessing of
Yeah.
Lythander. Which every day at dawn
do
you
you?
get every day at dawn you guys get, what is it, 10 pit points?
10. Yep.
That's huge.
It's every day.
Every
Every day. Right at 4:20 a.m.
Do you have to be able to see the sun?
Oh my god, because he's the sun god and you'd blaze it. That's hilarious. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm getting
Yeah,
better at
Lythander
doing
wakes
stuff,
and
you
bakes
guys.
every day. Lythander's like a surfer bro.
What's up, my dude?
He said it. It's canon.
Here's my one question that I have as a player.
Yeah.
What happened to the device? I don't remember.
So when the device was cast, the device was activated, you guys watched it kind of ascend into the sky, and where it is currently hanging, creating this false sun
Okay.
that is kind of warming the area. I think Lythander spoke to you when he gave you the boon, and he said this was temporary, and it's not a permanent fix, and it only encompasses like a mile radius from where it was cast.
Right. Okay.
But upon fixing it, was it Macretus? That was the scientist's
Yeah.
name, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yep. Macretus.
the greatest scientist that had ever lived, the greatest mind since Mordenkainen,
Yep.
As
On the
Mon-
material plane.
as Monty let him know. His soul was put to rest, and he was able to cross over to the upper planes.
Now Lythander has to listen to him every day.
I think that's pretty much it. I don't know if I missed
Also,
anything.
point of order, Tanner, you referred to it as a magical trinket. I believe that would piss off McCready.
Yeah, well,
It's
I don't have to
obviously an
answer.
artifact.
I don't have to answer to him. Because I am the dungeon master.
It's
I
true
have-
in your dreams.
Hail
Yeah.
to be.
I have all the privileges there within.
And burdens.
Burdens.
So,
My burdens
Does
become
anybody-
your pain, so...
so did anyone bring a spare swimsuit or
Looks like a lot of folks are getting in the buff.
No.
I believe the last campaign that we ran and we had a bathhouse episode, no one wore swimming suits.
Well, you're in a bathhouse. You
We
don't wear
actually saw a
swimsuit.
wrestling match in that campaign too.
Oh, yeah.
Led to one of the
Probably.
greatest pieces of art ever.
Two
The
guys
blur.
wrestling in a hot tub.
Oh God.
Let's see if we can recapture some of that magic today. Gosh, I didn't even look at the chat. Sorry. Got a lot going on over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just seeing if they're okay. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, Curtis is not coming across in the closed caption.
What? There's
be-
closed captions?
Must
We
be,
have closed captions?
Yay!
must
That's
be
exciting.
Curtis has no soul.
Hell yeah!
Oh.
Finally, the bargain paid off. Now I'm just waiting for that rock star fame.
But yes, no.
Any day now.
Today is the long-awaited beach episode ish. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I think the best place to probably start is you guys have left the black cabin, being led to this kind of swimming hole. I think is the best way to describe it by your werebear friend. And we can go ahead and pick up there as you guys are kind of tromping through all this melting snow, which is quickly turning into mud to the woods as the temperature over the last hour or so has gone from 20 below to about 65.
Vaka will be trudging through the snow and with her axe over her shoulder is probably taking off some of her furs and has it like draped over the axe behind her in lighter clothing. Probably offer to carry Floof if the mud is an issue.
I don't. Floof, is the mud an
Hey.
issue for Floof?
Floof has been jumping in every mud puddle.
Let's say issue for
Was-
who?
It's going to be an issue when they need a bath later. Like, yeah, they're
I don't
having
want-
fun now. Have you ever met a Labrador? Like, they're having fun now.
Yeah, there's like a mile wide bath right in front of us. It's gonna be great.
I am absolutely not catchable at the moment.
All
Or
right.
they-
Is there
run
anything you
through.
guys want to talk about on the walk there, or we can just jump to you guys arriving?
I believe I said at the last session that Monty stripped down and took off. Like
Yeah.
Everything
almost
but the
immediately.
hat.
You guys catch up to him like very quickly as he full on just like stepped into a bramble or something. Just like trying to pick it out of his foot. Like
Vaka
With his
has
teeth.
been picking up
Trail of
Elliot's
clothes.
clothes and on the back of her axe as this small rapscallion has run off.
I will point out the hat does stay on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A very muddy Floof does just zoom right past you though. And keep going.
Nyum.
Nyum.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. As you just take off, though. Oh, geez, where am I at? Sorry. Yeah. Oyame Nartok was just like, he does know it's like 20-minute walk, right?
Most likely not.
I think it's been so long since anyone has seen the sun. I need to soak up as
Hurt.
much as they can.
You just find Monty, like, not too far away, winded and stuck in a thorn bush, picking out thorns from his backside.
You find
But-
a way.
He'll hop along next to you guys, trying to like get one out of the bottom of his foot. Like
All right.
So which way is the water?
Yeah, so
Nesting
Oyame.
Monty.
Oyame will quickly take the lead and kind of walk you down this kind of game trail through the woods. And eventually you guys come to this kind of secluded area where it kind of goes down these couple hills and the woods get pretty thick here. And you kind of turn the corner and you can see kind of maintained in this small spot where a small creek kind of comes out is this small pond. And you see at the far side there's kind of this low-hanging like overreach of the hill next to it, and you can see kind of a cave there where water is now beginning to flow out. As you can see, the ice that had covered it is quickly beginning to melt. As you approach, so the cave as you approach is like on the far side, and then kind of wrapping around the your right hand is another path that you can see leads to a small cabin that's built half on the land and then half on like stilts out over the water. And you can see Oyame starts to kind of follow this path towards the cabin. As they get to the door, they kind of push it open and walk inside, and you hear this loud thud as they drop their pack to the ground.
God.
What do you guys do?
What is the beach situation? Is there
So
sand?
there's no real sand. It is like this small kind of forest pond that is being
It's like
fed
Pebbly.
by a hot spring that's coming out of this cave across the other side. And you can see as the temperature has risen, that hot spring has been able to kind of be revitalized and kind of flows out into this pond, and you can see the ice around it has melted rather quickly. Going up and examining the water, you find that it is pleasant. It's not too cold. But the cabin itself, the one that's sitting like on the beach or on the shore, as well as kind of partially out over the water, has like some docks around it. And you can see near that looks like be an easy point of entry.
Oh,
the
wow.
first thing that I do is spread out a blanket on the shore and throw several shawls up over hanging branches to create a little parasol situation, and I lay down on the beach or on the
Oh my
shore.
God. That's precious.
Okay. So do you do that kind of close to the cabin, or are you doing it right here where you guys set up? Give me a visual of how you guys are kind of setting this area up. Like
Closest route from
like the cabin itself looks like it's in decent repair. It's got large kind of windows open towards the pond itself. And the pond, it's not like a lake, so you can kind of see all the sides of it from here. And to the left, you can see where the water that's flowing from the spring kind of leaves this little pond area and goes off into the woods. So the right is the cabin, the left is the creek. From you guys are entering kind of the south, and then right across from you to the north is that cave. Near the cabin, you can see there's a spot that kind of gently kind of comes down into the water, which I guess would form the best area that you could call a beach.
Yeah, that's where I'll go.
Okay.
Monty's gonna grab the pack off that was kindly picked up for him by Vaka, and head into the cabin with it. What's the inside of the cabin look like?
Yeah, so as you enter the cabin, this first kind of room that you come into looks like it's a large room, and on the one side that faces the lake, you can see are these big windows that have the shutters drawn over them. To the far side, you can see like a stone fireplace. There is an elkskin rug on the floor. There are these kind of big stuffed couches and chairs around a rough wood table. You can see that there are a couple doors leading to other rooms within the cabin. There are 3. And you can see over the fireplace, hanging upon a rack, is a bunch of cast iron cookware.
Monty's just looking for a bowl and a bunch of cups.
Yeah, you see Oyame has kind of dropped their gear towards the front door and has made their way over to the windows and pulls those shutters open. As the shutters open, you can see sunlight pours in from that temporary false sun in the sky, and you just see like streams of dust kind of floating in the air. And after they do that, they go over to the door that leads out towards the lake and swings it open, and you can just feel this kind of cross breeze from that door and the door you just walked in. And it's very refreshing. And then they just go over and plop down in one of those big chairs, kind of sending up like a poof of dust.
Vaka will like kind of set her axe and stuff and put the packs and things down. And you said there's like a dock?
Yep, there's a dock.
So yeah, Vaka will probably disrobe to like underclothes, like some thin whatever Goliath wear.
Yeah, just like normal
under
probably.
Like
Yeah.
tank and shorts of some kind. And make her way across the dock and
Got Under
kind of
Armour logo
slip.
on it.
Just do it and brag. But yeah, Vaka will kind of walk along the dock and kind of like look over at this, like the spring and the forest, and maybe look around for Floof to see how much trouble they're getting into. But Vaka's gonna like mom step into this pond and kind of feel like the warm water, and maybe take a couple of strides in and dunk underneath.
Yeah, and I mean, as you do this, Vaka, you remember hot springs and stuff that the Goliaths use up in the mountains regularly. And yeah, as you just kind of let the water kind of flow over you, it's just cool and refreshing, and you can just see like the dirt and the sweat that had piled up over, you know, your months and months of travel since you've last bathed. This kind of form a ring around you in the water. Monty, yeah, you're able to, there's like a cabinet near the fireplace. As you open it up, it's kind of got glass paneling. You're able to see that it's full of cupware.
Yeah, Monty's just gonna grab enough glasses to go around and grab a bowl and walk outside real quick and just scoop off from a pile of snow that still hasn't quite melted yet. He's gonna go back in and mix a bottle of whiskey with some of like the oranges and citrus fruit that he keeps around and make a bowl of punch.
Okay. Do you have like dried fruits?
You make
guessing.
some fucking
Yeah,
jungle
dry
juice?
fruit.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, he's making jungle juice. It's a beach day.
Yeah, as you're doing this, kind of getting stuff together, making beverages for the party, you just hear the soft kind of snoring of Oyame, as they have quickly, like someone's grandfather, just slipped quickly into a nap.
Just resting their eyes.
Yeah, just resting there. They're reading the back of their eyelids.
In the lazy boy.
Yeah, it's got one of those. It's got a footrest that kicks out, and they're just passed out.
And he's like, you know,
Very
every
creepy.
once in a while, his head will kind of pop up and he'll look around.
As he hears Floof run into something.
But then make sure nobody's looking before he goes back to sleep.
Yeah, Calder, what are you up to?
Calder's gonna look for a couple of trees nearby that he could take his hempen rope and tie like straight across to make sort of a clothesline and build a fire to help dry clothes. So we can wash our clothes and whatnot.
All right, so I'm guessing that you and Shaltari are then outside, kind of working together to build this kind of parasol tent thing, and also a clothesline in the tree line behind the cabin.
Yeah, he takes his long fur coat off, pulls out his hatchet, and starts gathering wood and whatnot.
Oh, I do not. I am sunbathing.
At one with the earth, because it's the first time you've seen it for a while. Like,
Okay.
As soon as I've seen as you have established this parasol-esque beach umbrella area and the clothesline is up and everything's looking nice, a mud ball of floof just
Oh,
comes
right.
racing over, and I just drop all my equipment, like all my unnecessary equipment, on the blanket, with a little splat, a little bit of
delicately hangs up the net.
a little bit of slushy mud comes flying off onto your face, and then I literally throw the booties. Just throw them as
With
far as I
vitriol.
Yeah.
Can you make an athletics check?
can.
How far to the center of the pond can you throw them?
Which
I don't
direction
throw
are
them in
you?
the water.
Oh, okay.
It's like in two separate, like one in each hand in two separate directions. Just fling them.
Yeah, I just fling them wildly. I don't care where they go.
Yeah.
Um,
One of them both of them kind of soar. You see one Calder smacks into some of the gear that you're hanging up to dry and just leaves this big muddy print on it. And Vaka, as you're kind of sitting in the water, kind of slouching down so the water's like up to your shoulders, you just see this kaplunk as this booty just lands in the water next to you.
That's massive Milo energy.
Hey, Travis, you want to go on Syrinscape and see if you can find some happy beach music?
Oh,
now,
get us
Thank
some Jimmy
you.
Buffett, please.
Thank you.
We don't have the
No.
right to that.
Do not have not only not the rights, but the money.
Can you get us some James Buffet music, please?
So I drape off the sort of leather shawl type thing that I had like snatched off of that lady's dead body in like episode 2. I don't even know. And any of the other like extra warm shit. And now I just have like my basic plain clothes on, and I only bring with me my net and the rock paper scissors club. And I go as close to the edge of the water. If there's a spot that I can wade in a little bit, I will wade in a little bit. And I'm going to try to catch fish. It's been such a long time.
Oh, good. Floof is taking care of dinner. Good job, Floof.
Shush! You
All right.
scared them.
Yeah, so as Floof kind of starts to wade out into the water, the kind of ring of dirt and grime that had come off Vodka is quickly eclipsed by just the amount of mud that was caked into Floof's fur.
Will only go up to about waist height, though.
Yeah, so you're a couple feet behind Vodka, but Vodka, you can hear the splishing and splashing of Floof as they enter the pond behind you.
I just like Vodka's like soaking in the water and does that like one eye. I can't wink. But like does that, yes, that one eye look around. You see them splish splashing.
Mhm.
And Vodka's not gonna fight this battle today. If Floof wants to be dirty and splish splash, they can do that.
Yeah. And it won't take too long for Oyame to kind of wake up from their quick little nap, and they'll grab their fishing pole that you first saw them kind of carrying, and they'll head out to the dock and cast a line. You know what I'm interested in, Sheltari, is so you're sunbathing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we know your face is covered in piercings and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any more piercings that we see with Sheltari with no shirt?
Oh, he's still wearing.
Oh, he's still wearing a shirt. So he's
Oh,
sunbathing with a
he's-
t-shirt on?
Yeah, he's.
We
Well, he's
came
not
here
really-
for nipple piercings.
He's
God
not
damn
really.
it.
He's not. He's not sunbathing. I guess. I guess that was inaccurate. He's
Just
like
basking.
basking in the shade, basking in the warmth is what he's doing.
Okay.
You reading a book,
Yes.
a
Yeah.
magazine.
Yeah.
Stars Weekly.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's about 65, 70 degrees. It's getting a little warmer as the day progresses. The water feels good as it's being fed by warm water from the cave in the hot spring. Oyume's out there fishing. Monty is inside mixing up some beverages. Calder's hanging up equipment so it can dry in the sun. Floof and Vodka are enjoying the water while Sheltari is just lounging on the shore,
I'm trying to catch fish.
trying to catch fish. Make a
Yes.
survival check.
With I do want to go on the record and say, while Floof very much wants to catch fish and has tried very hard to catch fish a lot in their life, they are not a very good fisher.
Are you saying you would like to make it with disadvantage on? Are you imposing disadvantage?
Yeah, they're kind of just a little incompetent at it.
Okay.
But they sure are trying. And you know,
just-
I'm like standing there like trying to net a fish as it swims by, and I always precede it with like a foot forward or something that could spook it before I get it. You know, that kind of
I
thing.
would just like to put on the record that it's the first time I've ever had a player self-impose disadvantage for the sake of narrative. So,
Floof is charmingly
all right, I'll say survival check disadvantage DC 15. So
Like watching a 5-year-old try to catch a fish.
Throws the net behind them and waits with the bomb club.
So, Vodka, you see Floof spots a fish dart by, and they pounce on it, and you just see their legs kind of kicking up in the air as they're face down in the water, kind of bobbing past you.
I just imagine like how big these fish might be. So I'm like, all I can imagine my brain is like Floof jet skiing, like it's fish.
But yeah, no, Monty, you are finish your drinks.
Jungle juice.
Got some jungle juice.
Come outside and start handing out glasses.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
Water juice.
He doesn't even like really look over. He just kind of like holds his hand out.
Yeah, Monty just places it there.
Mm.
In a little, I assume, like pewter cup. And he'll go over next. Is Calder just still like hanging stuff up, or?
Yeah, he's just finishing up washing his gear, so he's like down like in like short breeches. So he's keeping the fire stoked, contemplating about fishing as well.
As you
You're getting a lot done on vacation there. Take a minute off and have a drink, will you?
Right, that does sound like a good idea. Thank you.
Of course. He looks over at Floof flailing in the water. You ever tried noodling?
Only on the warmest of summers, but I was a little bit few and far in between.
Alright, well, we should try and give it a go here in a bit.
I'll take you up on that. As he just takes a good old swig of the jungle juice.
Sorry.
And then Monty will head over to Vodka and just set the whole bowl down with a couple of empty cups.
Yeah. Just a reminder, the rules for drinking alcohol is you can have as many drinks as your constitution modifier is, minimum of 1. After that, you must make a constitution save starting at 5 and increasing by 2 for every drink, and once you fail a con save, you are intoxicated.
Well, here's the question then, because it does pertain immediately. How strong? How many drinks are in 1 cup of jungle juice that Monty made?
For the sake of ease, I'm just gonna say 1 drink is
Okay, good.
a drink.
Good.
If it was made right, it would have been moonshine and would have been stronger, but
Make do, make do.
But yeah, no. Is there anything you guys want to talk about?
Oh, how
I know
far?
a lot's
how far
happened.
off? Yeah. How far off is really should just write their name down. The bear.
Oyame
Oyame.
Nartok. You can just call them Oyame.
Oyame.
is that in the... Oh, there it is.
You can see they're kind of sitting on the dock, with their feet in the water, with their fishing pole out and a line cast. And you can see they already have, they have like a basket behind them. There's already a fish in it.
Blue.
Tanner, can you let me edit the Goliath werebear thing? I want to put their name on it.
Here, hold on.
And Oyame is a
So,
male.
No,
Female, I thought.
Female?
Are
Okay.
you talking about female? Are you talking about the handout?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a second.
Hey, Floof. Floof?
Just a bobbing butt and tail swishing in the water.
Oh,
I like burst out, and like sputtering a little, and then I look at my net.
Floof, there's some fish over by Oyame if you want to try there.
No. This side is better to catch it.
There you go. I added it to the handout.
Okay, well, you are the expert.
Yes. I am expert.
As you're saying that, Floof, as you're kind of talking to Sheltari, you hear this large splash in the middle of the pond, and as you look over, you see the biggest, most beautiful fish you've ever seen just kind of breach the surface.
I throw my net.
Just add it.
It's much farther away than your net you could throw your net, so your net just kind of falls into the pond in front of it. Actually, your net falls on top of Vaca, who is just sitting there relaxing.
Baka, grab it.
Vodka just like peels the net off.
You guys hear
And-
random music? I'm sorry, I'm trying to get something figured out.
I love it.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of good. That was
I like
perfect
it.
music for Floof's Moby Dick moment. As it like breaches the surface and they just make eye contact for a moment.
Oh my gosh.
Get it,
Um,
Baka.
Yeah, Baka will peel the net off and look at the biggest, most beautiful fish that Floof has ever seen in their entire life. Yeah, Baka will try to throw the net on this fish.
I mean, it's farther away than you can reasonably throw those nets.
Oh,
And you can just see it just kind of quickly makes like a splash with its tail and sends up a bunch of water and then dives back down.
I will look over at Floof and say, I think it is gone.
It will return. We must be ready. I start scrambling on top of your body.
Baka will start wading out into the pond with Floof on her shoulder.
Just see Floof like this, like hand over eyes pointed.
I look like we're playing a game of chicken right now, but I'm
It's
looking
like-
for the fish.
She'll say, yeah, until we can get kind of close. I don't know how deep the pond is.
I mean, a few feet beyond the dock, it gets deep enough that you can't touch the bottom anymore.
Yeah, so once the water starts getting, chin high on Vodka and Floof's feet are getting wet, I will look up and kind of just say, you might have to swim. Or I'll look around, see if there's like any little boats or anything that were still there.
No boats.
Yes, I swim with you now. We swim.
So Vodka's just gonna roll her eye and start swimming with Floof on her back.
Okay. So yeah, the rest of you guys see as Vodka, this makeshift fishing boat for Floof, start treading out into the middle of the pond in pursuit of this fish. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I believe in you. Good job, expert.
Is Chaltari still covered in mud?
Yeah.
This is good music. I like this.
Yeah.
Monty's gonna wander over. Say, can't you move that stuff off you at will?
Hmm?
You using the mud mask or?
Oh. I hadn't really noticed. I mean, I could just get in the water, I suppose.
Yeah, you could. He'll yell out, Vodka, how's the water?
Vodka is treading water. And I'll turn back and say, cool, very refreshing, deep.
I could go for a dip.
Are you still like butt naked, Monty?
Yep.
Except the hat.
Except the hat.
And the
And
bolo
he's-
tie.
And he's tastefully holding the cup low.
So you've got your hat and your bolo tie,
Yep.
and the cup just.
I like that you.
Chilling at waist
using-
level.
I like how that you are using the cup to try and be tasteful when you have a wide-brimmed hat sitting on your head.
Maybe he doesn't want you to see what's under the hat.
A bald spot.
I would like another one of these, please.
Monty will hand you the one he had in his hand. And
And I'll just place mine where yours was.
and he'll walk over to refill it. Actually, he'll bring the bowl back with him since you're the one who's actually posted up.
I don't know why. I just imagine that Monty has no ass.
Oh yeah.
Just
Just full beanpole, like string bean.
all right.
He is exceptionally lanky.
I mean, I guess everybody would kind of be because it's been hard times for the past 2 years in the Dale.
Yeah. Also, that strength of 8.
And then there's vodka.
Vodka, vodka! I see it! I see it! No, that is shoe.
Floop's booty just floats by.
Vodka will pick up the booty. And kind of wring it out.
All right.
This is like
This
some
is great.
JRPG music. I love
I
it.
love it. Oyame,
Hmm.
how long have you lived out here?
I don't really live here or live anywhere, really. I spent the last, I don't know how many winters just kind of wandering the Dale. But occasionally I'd stop here for a rest. The person who built this cabin is long gone.
Have you known anyone else to ever stay here?
Occasionally, if people can find it. It's kind of off the main trails, and it's not something people stumble upon, not easily anyway. But I'm sure somebody's been here.
Oh, that water. Where does it come from?
They kind of point over to the cave on that north side of the pond, and he says, deep in there is a natural spring that supplies the water.
You said it was a hot spring, yes?
It is. I believe a long time ago, the moon elves used this place. There's some interesting carvings in that cave. And several branching paths. It's been a while since I've explored it, but
well, perhaps I will bring this. And just like dunks his cup in the bowl and then stands up and starts meandering down the shores towards the cave.
yeah. So the cave is really only accessible if you swim to it.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, he will finish this drink first.
Okay.
Monty's gonna speak up and say, so, how'd you get all the fire and everything? You have to fight someone for it, or?
Let's see.
Hey, Trav.
Mhm.
This beach music slaps.
Thanks!
It is great. I do like it.
It is.
So,
This
yeah.
Sweeping Catan theme.
As you asked that, yeah, Oyame kind of chuckles to themselves and says, I've walked in this form for a very long time. A long time ago, I came from the same clan that Vaka did. Back when the two
Vaka
clans...
is being used as a fishing boat in her regal Goliath deep history.
Yeah, like back when the two clans in the mountains were one. I was young and I was foolish, and I wandered into the Dale to prove myself, to prove my worth to my people, in hopes that I could come back and lead. But I got lost in a terrible blizzard. And I wandered in the blinding snow, and a polar bear approached me there.
And you did not run?
I did not have the strength. In fact, I thought that this polar bear was going to make a meal of me. I kind of laid down and accepted it, only to find that the polar bear laid down next to me, kept me warm.
I sense unease in sharing the rest of the story.
Well, it's a story of my own hubris, really. And from some divine grace that I still live today. I'm not sure. But I just know that I was not the one who was supposed to return. Instead, I am out here. And now I wander the dale and I find those who are like me in my situation, and if they are humble and strong, and I help them when I can. I know she kind of laughs at this. She's like, I know the 10-towners and the Goliaths tell tall tales of me, but I'm really not that bad. And as they say that, you see their fishing pole gets another tug as they begin to reel in another fish.
How many have they caught so far?
This will be their third.
Damn. Could be worse things you get from wandering into a blizzard and getting rescued. Usually that don't come with so many plus sides from what I heard.
Wow.
Alright. As Calder says as he's sharpening his buck knife.
I mean, this form isn't all plus sides.
Is it? Can you not change it?
I can turn into a bear, but I cannot return to my Goliath form. It's been too long. I don't even know what my face used to look like.
Does it bother you?
There was a time where it did.
Well, I'm glad that it doesn't.
So will Vodka transform to resemble you and not be able to change back?
I'm not certain. I think I'm this way because I never returned home. I spent a long time afraid of how they would receive me, the shame of my failure. I think as the years passed, I became more at one with the tundra and the glaciers and the moving ice than I ever did when I was with people.
That speaks to me a little bit.
Now I don't really feel the urge to go home. This is my home. I've spent more time out here than I ever did in the mountains.
Well, like Pa always told me when we would travel on the roads for trade is home is where you lay your head. Doesn't always have to be the same four walls. Or the same campfire.
Oyame kind of nods. It's like, sounds like your father was a very wise man.
He was.
My pa said home's where you feel comfortable stashing your loot.
There's a wisdom in that too.
Well,
As this is going on, Vaka from the middle of the pond, who has been swimming around, treading water while Floof points to fish, maybe fish, boots, is going to kind of like look up and say, "Are you ready to dive?"
You'll die.
Baka is going to take that and say, "Hold tight," and and dive after the fish.
All right.
So Vaka and Floof disappear under the water as Vaka is swimming after this fish.
So Floof just gripping onto the back of Vodka as Vodka plunges beneath the water. The water is clear enough, Floof, where if you peel your eyes open and look around, I'll let you make a perception check.
And I do have my rock, paper, scissors knife, club knife, in scissors form, so
Ultimate club knife.
try to stab this fish.
There's a band name.
Mm-hmm.
I think people would think you're just against the band Fish.
Damn it. Ugh.
Rip.
So looking around, Floof, you don't see the fish, but you don't see it completely, but you do see a glint of its sparkling scales just in the distance as it kind of quickly swerves by you guys. Just pat.
Just kind of pointing and
I'm envisioning like a Ratatouille situation.
Slapping her and pointing.
Grab a braid and just yank it.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I've got my feet around her, so I'm just like kicking her like a horsey.
Yeah, Baka will turn in the water and try to chase after where it's going.
Riding a dolphin.
All right. Vodka, can I get a survival check?
Yes. Make sure there we go.
Oh no.
So
This is hell of a fishing trip so far.
So the yanking and the
Sure is.
kicking is less than clear, and you just kind of start like turning in the water back and forth, and Floof, this is when out of kind of as far as you can see in the water, you just see this shadow kind of coming at you really fast. And like as it comes it comes into your view, you just see the open mouth of this fish coming right at you. Can I get a dexterity save?
There's always a bigger fish.
No. Oh
No!
Vaka, you feel this kind of yank on your back, and then you no longer feel Floof on it. As you turn and look, you can see Floof half in the mouth of this large fish as it kind of darts off into the water.
Oh my god.
Everybody sees just panicked Bubbles.
As you guys are just all standing on the deck, you just see like bubbles come up from the surface.
And then you will see Bubbles from the surface, followed by a Goliath taking a gasp of air and just going poof and back under to chase after the fish.
Okay. So Floof, you are now like half in the mouth. Like I'm like your lower half is like in the mouth while your upper half is like outside. And like as you're dangling there, you can look right into the eye of this fish.
Oh, I poke it in the eye.
Is its name Old Chompy?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is old Bitey's father. Or it's, no, it's old,
Mr. Bitey?
this is
Mr.
old
Bitey.
or it's old Bitey's son. Here for revenge, no.
Oh damn. Oh shit.
God,
You
this is
kill-
like a Jaws 4 situation.
You killed my father.
yeah,
Go
I'm
ahead
gonna
and
hit it.
make an attack roll on the fish.
Is there water rules?
It would be with. Are you
You're-
like stabbing? If it's like a spear or a trident, it's not with disadvantage.
No, it's my rock, paper, scissors club.
Okay,
knife.
then
Oh,
yeah,
one second.
it would be with disadvantage in the water.
11.
Alright. Yeah, I mean it's a fish. It doesn't have armor, so you club this thing in the eye, and you see it just kind of yaks you up. Like you guys watch as this fish kind of crests the surface with Floof in its mouth and just spits Floof out.
Glorious.
Floof.
It's like a glorious leap, and then
Like a Free Willy moment.
yeah.
As this
Like
fish
slow-mo, and then Floof just...
Flaps under the water.
falls into the water, the fish falls next to it and swims back under the surface.
Did you get it?
I think I'm not near land at the moment.
No,
I
you're
just
in
start.
the mid.
I start flailing.
Yeah.
Vodka, you quickly see the Floof flailing at the surface. Can you swim, Floof, or are you just...
Floof thinks they can swim because they think swimming means to be in water. Floof cannot swim in deep water.
Yeah, so all of you guys on the deck just watch this. And you see Floof kind of like flailing out in the middle of the pond now.
Monty
But they're kind of lightweight, so they do kind of naturally just stay up a little higher, but...
does just calmly, like, scoop another bowl of or cup of punch for himself and sipped it slowly while watching.
Floof
Yeah,
can't swim, but Floof can float adequately.
Yeah, like Floof is floating but flailing. They don't
Not
seem like they're in any
scared, but-
danger.
Not like that they're scared so much as they're like, I don't know what to do. I haven't never done this before.
But I mean, it doesn't take long after that where you see Vodka just reemerges and
Yeah.
just scoops Floof.
Scoops the Floof.
Ah. Don't want to die anymore. Okay, please.
And Vodka will scoop Floof and start making their way back over to the rest of the party.
Okay.
And will
Whoa.
pick up the punch bowl and take a big pull.
Look over my shoulder back at the middle of the pond and I say, I'll be back.
You see the fish like kind of surfaces, looks at you for a second, and it's got like a black eye. Just like swims back under. Excuse me.
Call me Ishmael.
Just like the what are they, the title bars or whatever, those black bars just across both of your eyes. So, but yeah, so you're all sitting on the dock now.
I shake out all my hair like a dog. All over
As-
Sheltari, probably.
All over everyone.
Not that I
Calder's
noticed.
gonna go and try to forage for some stuff in the perimeter of the camp area.
Oh, but I'm a lot cleaner.
Oh, good.
So
You guys see now that Floof, clean Floof, you actually see like their like light bluish hair and kind of looks like fresh snow. Before it looked like the snow that piles up on a road.
Yeah, I was a slushy,
all
slushy
grit.
puppy.
Okay. Well,
Tanner.
Seeing that, Monty's gonna just put his hat on top of Floof and then go to the end of the dock and then just dive in for a bit.
All right. Yeah,
Vodka
as-
is also going to sit on Sheltari's nice picnic area and take a big drink and lay down and just bake in the sun.
Yeah.
no, I'll trade you spots. I'm going to investigate that cave.
Give me a second, Mr. Sheltari. I'll join you. I just gotta find me some stuff, or see if I can find me some stuff.
What stuff do you
And-
possibly have to find to go swimming?
Oh, a few branches of holly. It's easier to forage right now.
We can do it afterwards.
I just want to get all of my business out of the way first.
And then I start drifting down to skivvies, covered in mud and floof hair. So that's neat.
Oh, Hellspell's fine.
And I suppose
Just soak for a little bit. I won't be long.
no chance to leave it up to anyone's imagination at this point. Yes. He does have other piercings.
Yeah.
Navel and one nipple.
Oh.
Ooh.
I was hoping for navel more than anything.
Like a chandelier hanging from the navel piercing.
Mm. Navel and knob.
Nip or knob, only one.
It's just a ring. Navel's got a little chain dangling.
Connected
It's-
to.
Jesus.
All right.
He
So
starts making his way towards the water,
But
and
that's for the
his,
OnlyFans account.
and his
Yeah.
at this point, his hair is noticeably changed from that dry, dead looking brown, and it is now like kind of a dark forest green as he just kind of just I don't know, falls into the water. He's not a graceful swimmer, but he can swim. Like wading water, and slowly just kind of wading propels him towards the cave.
all right. So Calder, are you going with him?
Yeah, Calder will wait to try to harvest some holly. He'll
I mean,
take
you. I'll just say. So when you were hanging up that rope as a clothesline, you saw that there was like a small little, actually like a medium-sized patch of holly that was right near the tree line.
Okay. Would you like me to roll for how much I can harvest?
Roll 2d6.
2d6.
While Chaltari's swimming towards the cave,
Yeah, you're able to
just
you're able
casually
to-
in his path comes floating Monty face down in the water.
Dead to the world.
Just
you're
in a dead man's float.
you're able to gather 9 bundles.
Dope. So when Sheltari starts floating out, Calder's gonna take a lot of his beads and other jewelry out of his hair, undo a lot of braids so his hair is just kind of hanging down so he can finally get a wash in the water. He will take the buck knife with him and kind of just like take like the belt and sort of put it around his small breeches just so he has something to take into this cave.
All right. Yeah, so Sheltara, you just see Monty kind of floating face down in front of you. Just the only thing you can see really is like his hat, and
No, he
his-
left his hat with Floof.
Oh, you left his hat with Floof, so you can see that, and just his shiny white cheeks. Just
Like a pair of bongos.
This is
and somehow
Like
he has
two
a,
moons.
like somehow he
Not
has
quite.
a tan line. We're not sure how he has a farmer's tan, but he has one.
A miner's tan.
I appreciate every moon that I have come across, but this one leaves something to be desired.
Monty hears that and just flips over.
Oh, that's better.
Well, that's kind of rude.
All right. Yeah. So not too long after that, where Calder comes.
Just dumps the rest of his drink on you.
What a waste.
There wasn't much left.
All right. So are you gonna join them, Monty, as they make their way over to the cave?
Yeah, Monty will join him.
All right.
Vaca is going to open an eye, see the 3 adventurers going into an undisclosed cave, and kind of look over at Oyame.
Who's now pulling like the 5th fish into their basket?
kind of like sit on the sand and like hug her knees, kind of. Is there anything in there that they should be worrying about, to your knowledge?
I don't think so. I mean, it's a hard cave to access, but this pond has been frozen over for some time. I mean, there are several kind of routes in the cave, but like the moon elves used it way back in the day. But I don't know. I think they should be able to handle themselves.
And Baka's going to pick up another cup and take another drink and stretch out on the soft sand.
Anna, did you say
And-
there was an overhang?
Relax.
Yeah, so this cave is kind of in a hillside that kind of has like a sheer drop off, and like above it there's a little bit of an overhang where you can see some trees are growing there. You can see the roots and stuff kind of coming out of the side, but they're like, you know how like trees can kind of hold ground together, so you can see where a little bit of it is eroded underneath and kind of leaves this like little bit of a cliff. It's probably about 35 feet above the pond. But
How
most of
far-
this pond kind of feels like it's in like a bit of a bowl.
Okay. How far out does it would it reach?
Oh, over the
Um,
cave?
Over the pond.
Oh,
Like if I was to go on top of it.
like 5 feet. It's not that huge of a
Oh.
overhang.
And across from
I mean, there are
okay.
trees that reach out, like their branches reach out further over the
Okay.
pond.
Okay.
I don't like where this is going. But I do.
I'm gonna scramble up a tree and hunker down on on an outstretching branch and just eagle-eyed watch the water for
Okay.
signs of my nemesis. This time
Old Bitey Jr.,
I have
Young Bitey.
young Bitey.
let's
Well,
see.
Little Bitey.
Little bite.
Let's say I'll take
Little nibble.
an arrow to act as if it was a tiny spear.
Okay,
We're gonna try that.
so you
I
just
mean,
like...
no, I mean, Floof is pretty used to making makeshift weapons.
I mean,
so
you
I
can
think-
rustle through Calder's quiver and
Yeah.
grab one of his arrows. He didn't take it with him.
Which arrow, though? That's the question.
What was
Uh,
the special ones?
there's the kind of fire arrows that he has that are magical, and then he just has normal arrows. So ones have like the shafts of which have like intricate carvings in dwarvish.
What I think I'm actually gonna do is find a really good stick. You know, just like find a nice stick, and I'm gonna
That's a
Ta-
good stick.
The stick to
Take
end all
out-
sticks.
take out the rock paper scissor, and instead I'm going to fasten it to the end of this. Well, Floof is not a good fisher, but they are a pretty good hunter, so they're going to just stick with their hunting instincts on this one. They're gonna hang out in the tree. The net has been abandoned.
Wow.
The hat is like, I would say, acting as a cape at this point because it's too big to stay on their head. So they, I don't know, somehow tied it around their neck.
Parachute
It's got a
in.
tie on it. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it dangles around their neck like a cape,
All right,
and I'm
so
going to just lie in wait.
so Floof finds a nice perch that overhangs the pond up on this hill, while the three of you kind of make your way into the cave, while Vaka gets some well-deserved rest in the sun. As you guys kind of swim into this cave, so you can see where the stream is. As you get closer to it, the water gets warmer as you're getting closer to the hot spring itself. But as you get into the cave, you can see where it kind of leads up out of the creek, or out of this, out of the creek. And there's kind of a drier kind of walkway there. And as the cave kind of curves around back into the mountain. or into
how
the hill.
bright is it in here?
It's in this spot. It's bright because the sunlight's still coming in. But you can see as it kind of winds its way into the hill, it gets dark.
Well,
Monty can light things up for us.
mhm.
Fittingly, little lanterns line our way down into the cave.
Dancing lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 4 dimly lit lanterns kind of appear. They cast 10 foot of dim light around them, so it's still a little harder to see, but it's better than darkness.
Yeah, Calder will kind of walk on the edge of the dim,
Yeah, so you guys
just so he can peer further into the darkness.
yeah, as you guys kind of climb up out of the water,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and you can feel too like the current here is stronger. It would be kind of difficult to swim against, or at least tiring. Yeah, so you guys climb up out and follow this kind of walkway around the corner. As you turn the corner, you start to see there are a bunch of carvings in the walls here, written in an old dialect of Elvish that you guys have seen before. You know, it's like the Moon Elvish script.
Calder would like to read it.
Yeah, so as you're reading some of it, a lot of it is just kind of ceremonial stuff. It seems like that. Go ahead and make a history check.
Okay.
Just gotta get the significance of.
Whap.
Yeah. So you can read it and like you can pick out words.
Good.
Like it's written in an old Elvish script, which is close enough to Elvish that you can understand it. However, it's a different dialect. It's almost its own language, and you can pick out the words, but getting the meaning out of it is harder. But as you look forward, you can see that this room this cave kind of opens up into a larger room, and you can see that there are 3 separate kind of branching offs. One of them follows the water, and then there are 2 to your left, which is kind of the path that you came in on. It was like the left of that creek. You can see that there are 2 other paths. One of them looks like it is just natural cave, and the other one looks like somebody at some time took some effort to kind of carve out some steps that lead down.
I start going towards the steps.
Yeah. As you get to the steps, you can see they kind of wind downward, and they're nicely carved steps. Whoever did this did great care. You can see around this entrance, there are more of there's more of this Elvish writing and more symbols and stuff that also follow the path down.
You said
Anything
they
I can discern
wind.
out of those.
Oh yeah.
It's this kind of the same as before.
Same stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Monty just wants to do an arcana to see if there's any significant arrangement to the symbols,
Sure.
any sort of
Sure.
magical meaning to them. 15.
So you can see that there are some engravings that have some magical significance. None of them hold any magic, but they talk about magic. But again, without a successful history check, it's hard to decipher what they're talking about. But you do know that there is something they're talking about here is magical in nature.
Dare to share with the class.
There's...
If you can read Elvish, you can make a history check.
No, he can't. Something mystical or magical going on, but no, I can't tell what. It's nothing active or warden, it looks like.
Calder, does it say giving
In fact,
any warning? Or...
Monty, as you're kind of looking at these arcane symbols kind of etched around its door, you see one of them that you would recognize as a glyph of warding that has been scratched out.
In fact, that there one would have been a trap, but somebody dealt with it already.
There were traps? What's that?
Yeah. Either a trap or letting someone know someone's coming.
I'm starting to have second thoughts. I just kind of look down at my basically naked self. Perhaps we wait.
I mean, how long is this place going to be thought out for?
One day.
We're not wading through the water. It's not like it's going to fill up.
Didn't we have to swim to get in here?
Yeah. But, I mean, if it was frozen, there was ice, you could have walked on it.
Oh, okay. We didn't have to, like, swim in through a tunnel or anything?
No.
Okay.
Well, you propose to come back tomorrow?
Perhaps. We followed our lead and we did what we came to do. Also, I don't want my curiosities to make me forget about time. I want to be out there when that device comes down. I don't want to lose it. It'll be here later.
I guess. I mean, something worth protecting's worth snatching, ain't it?
Mom, we found an arcane thing in this
Yeah.
cave and it's smashed
Yeah.
off. It's
Yeah.
ours.
Yeah. Something worth snatching is typically protected.
Well, there's two other paths. If you feel up to it.
Suppose. Can I kind of just poke my head down like the natural looking path, and touch a light to my earring and just kind of look down there?
Yeah, so as you look down that path, you can see it's relatively straight. I mean, it does curve, kind of following like a natural formation in the rock, but you can kind of see maybe 30 feet or so, it opens up into a larger cavern. And and the light you can see glints off something metal.
Yeah, I'll come forward a little bit
How far?
so I can see what the metal is.
Yeah, so you kind of start walking down that path a little bit until your light kind of encompasses it, and you can see it looks like looks like 4 pickaxes kind of laid up against the wall.
Kind of glance over at Monty.
You can also see now that the light illuminates more of this room, you can see other things in here. A couple of different, looks like some packs and some bedrolls. And it looks like the remains of a campfire.
Monty's
check-
gonna sort of approach. Gonna look at the wall that the picks are next to, sort of the room, looking if there's any veins they might have been going at specifically, or
Go ahead and make
Can I-
a nature check.
At the same time, can I check to see how old this fire might be? Calder, how old do you think this fire might be?
Sure. Monty, you can go ahead and make that with advantage since you know mining.
18.
So looking around this room, you don't see any activity of anybody mining in here. You don't see any veins of precious metals or anything worth mining in here. And like the way that the pickaxes are situated, they're just kind of laid up against the side of the cave here, as if somebody had just kind of set them down.
Whoever's here wasn't mining this spot. I think this is just their camp for whatever they were going for.
Yeah, Calder wants to check how old the campfire was for Sheltari.
Sure, survival.
Gonna give him a reassuring hand on the shoulder.
So are you helping with that then?
Yeah,
Oh,
Guidance? Or...
There.
both if I can.
Yeah, so judging by the way that these bedrolls are rolled out, kind of the packs that are in the corner are kind of open, and just looking through the wood, this fire was probably put out within the last couple days.
Days.
We didn't see any tracks on our way in here.
Hard to tell with a thaw.
Yeah.
Easier to tell with the thaw. There should
Not
be mud.
necessarily. Thaw was today. If things thaw out, water starts moving naturally, it washes away any tracking.
How deep is
Monty's
the-
gonna check the packs. What are they looking like for rations?
You see probably what is left is about a 10-day worth of rations. You can see several remains of used rations. You can also see in one of the packs is a scroll case. You also can see one of the packs that is kind of lashed closed.
I'm gonna grab the scroll case out and pop it open. Anything in there?
As you pull this, there's a piece
We
of
all
parchment.
die again.
There's a piece of parchment in there, and as you pull it out, you see that it is a map of Icewind Dale. It looks like the 10 towns are marked. This place that you're at is marked. You can see that there is a place near. Let me pull up the map. There's a place near Caer Konig that is marked, and there is a place up in the spine that is marked. Do you read Dwarvish?
I do, in fact. Yeah.
All right, so you can see each one of the 10 towns is marked in Dwarvish. The names are spelled out in Dwarvish. You can see this spot that's you are at. Give me just a second. Oh, I lost it.
I'll give you a good second as I go to re-up my drink.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use the bathroom. Why not?
Okay.
All right. Actually, you guys just want to take our break, so I can pull up
Yes,
this.
Let's do
can
it.
Pull up this information on this map, and then yeah. So we'll be back in like
To catch a fish.
20 minutes. We'll be back at 6:25
That sounds awesome.
for the conclusion of the beach episode. All right, see you guys in 20 minutes. Oh, and a real quick shout out before we go. I just want to thank the 4 gatherers for the follow. Thank you for following us. Awesome. All right. See you in 20. Hello, welcome back. Thanks for sticking around with us through break. I was able to pull up the notes that I couldn't find. But yeah, we could just go ahead and jump back into it. Let's see. Yeah, I say that and then I'm like, oh, now I have to reopen all these windows. Okay. So yeah, you found the map, Monty, that has of Icewind Dale that has a bunch of locations marked in Dwarvish, and you can see it has a bunch of notes next to them. The couple that there's 3 locations that you can see that are not 10 towns related. One of them near Caer Konig, the other in the Spine of the World, and the other one is the location that you're currently at. And you can see that there are notes kind of written on the side of the map that talk about the Chardolin, that weird magical black stone crystal. And you can see that there are notes in pounds, kind of for each location.
Notes in what?
Pounds.
Pounds.
Like in weight.
LBS.
Yeah, like weight. And you can see the location that you're at. It just says cave near pond, and you can see that there's really no indicator right now for any weight extracted here, but it says large amount found. And then that place near Caer Konig it says outpost. And the one up in the Spine of the World just says Sunblight.
Do those names mean anything to any of us?
Go ahead and roll history, Monty.
There you go.
So, Monty, you have heard of the name Sunblight before. You know, it's sequestered among the crags of the Spine of the World. It is an old fortress hewn from the rock itself. There are legends about it going all the way back. But for all you know, it's been abandoned for centuries.
Yeah, Sunblight's a fortress down in the spine that's been abandoned for a long while. Got a lot of rumors about it, but I don't know. To me, this looks like they're prospecting for that stone, that statue back in that shithole of a town was made out of.
East Haven.
Yeah.
I said that shithole of a town not because I couldn't remember the name of it.
He said what he said.
Yeah, you actually see there's a note next to East Haven that says about 250 pounds.
Seems like they even know about that statue. Somebody's interested in those stones.
And you can actually see next to that 250 pounds, there's like a check mark. And actually, around several of the 10 towns, you can see there's a check mark next to the weights. But the place you're at doesn't have a weight and doesn't have a check mark yet.
Was the statue stolen alongside the cauldron or no?
The statue was there the last you
Yeah.
left, but you have not
Yeah.
returned to East Haven. You left from Goodmead Street to Termalaine.
Right. And I mean, we were there just several days ago.
Yeah.
So whoever is here was here or might still be here.
Mhm.
You see, he's like absentmindedly kind of like fiddling with that piece of stone he has on a chain. Because yeah, it's the same stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Whatever this stuff is, I just know where I got mine. So whoever's interested in it, if you don't have the rest of the 10 towns' interests at heart, I feel like we should probably get out of here in case anybody is still in these caves.
Yeah.
We can always come back fully geared once
That's
when the water freezes back over.
That was my plan.
You remember,
I'd
Monty, I
also
told you
rather
there
not.
was a pack that was next to the packs that was closed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Monty's gonna approach that one. It's like closed and like tied.
It's just got the flap pulled over.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, let's. I want to go through all of these packs.
Yeah.
So as you open that one, Monty, you pull the pack back, you can see that it is filled with these black shards.
Hmm.
The rest of the packs have just various gear, rations, extra clothing. They have most of this like cold weather gear. They're like mining equipment. Those snowshoes, like crampons, whatever they're called.
Monty just lets out a low whistle as he looks at it. Well, they made some progress.
Do we take it with us or leave it here so as not to raise suspicion?
Hmm.
I will be staying up as long as I can, keeping an eye on the mouth of this cave.
Yeah. Oh.
Go there.
As you're looking through the packs, so as Monty and Shaltari are kind of talking about this, Calder, one of the packs that you're looking through, you pull out several like crests of the battle hammer. As you kind of pull them up, they're kind of these cloak clasps that have the battle hammer insignia on them. As you kind of pull them up, one of them has stains of blood on it.
Oh.
Hmm.
Do you think this could be the Durgar?
Hmm. Do Durgar speak Dwarvish, or do they speak at their own?
They speak both Dwarvish and Undercommon.
I feel like leaving now.
Agreed. I'd rather not get caught out in my skivvies.
And once we start leaving, Calder's going to do his best to try to blend our tracks back into the flooring.
As you do that, Calder, you can see that it's going to be a little difficult because you were wet
Mm-hmm.
and there's water.
Well, this is going to be difficult unless we try to move around and lose tracks.
Well, there's another way not to leave anything behind. But they'll still know where someone was here.
I think I know what you're getting at. Just let me double check. Yep. So Calder will cast Pass Without a Trace on us.
Okay. This will make sure you don't leave any footprints leaving, but it won't erase the ones that are already here.
Yeah.
And all right, so you cast Pass Without
And
Trace.
just footprints in the mud here.
It's
Is that what we're
stone.
considering?
It's just like stone, and since you guys were wet, there's water.
I mean,
Oh. So something prestidigitation could deal with, or
yeah.
Yeah, it would take you some time and take several castings. You kind of retrace your steps, and then
At least in the this immediate area.
little patches at a time you can clean up. Just take you a while to make your
Can I
way
do
back out.
if I use fire? Can I help?
Prestidigitation will probably be faster than
Okay.
using fire to dry it.
Okay.
So as you guys
Yeah,
just slowly retrace your steps using Pass Without a Trace to not create any new ones, and as you're going, just kind of continuously prestidigitating your tracks away, you see they kind of magically just dry as you go. As you make your way back out of the cave, you guys make your way all the way back out.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna go.
All right, so as you guys get back in the water to swim out of the cave, Floof, you see the fish.
My pupils get huge.
Attack mode initiate.
Okay.
Just see it kind of circling below you.
I wait.
One
for
fin out of the water.
I wait for just the right moment to spring off of this branch and just drop on it with my spear and claws out.
All right. I
No
guess
fear.
technically,
I want to fight this fish, Tanner.
is a sneak attack, as it does not know you're up there. So go ahead and make an attack with advantage. $12.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you
That was bad.
as you leap from this tree, what does that look like? 35
yeah,
feet.
like
just-
a cat, just like a cat, but with one hand holding a spear type item. I can't remember what it.
It was
I
a
said
stick
it.
with
Yeah,
with
so
your
it's like
rock
a
paper
spear,
scissors
yeah.
club tied to it.
Yeah, tied
So-
very well.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm just falling
Do you say
straight
anything?
on it. No.
All right. So as you guys swim out of the cave, you just see this floof just dart down from the tree above you, just spear out, plunges into the water, and you skewer this fish. As it now you're like the spear kind of dug into it, and you kind of clawing into it. You see the thing does this kind of panicked thing, and it starts diving down, and it's gonna try to buck you off. I need
absolutely have water up my nose also. But
I need a contested athletics check from you to keep your grip. This thing is going to roll just a straight d20 plus
come on,
4.
dice.
12.
Oh!
All right. So a tie means nothing changes. So that means you're still gripped onto it as this thing starts swimming under the water.
I'm gonna say the dice really hate me fishing today.
I think the dice is hating on everybody except for
They're telling the story
Travis.
that you wanted to tell.
Yeah, I'm absolutely just gripping onto this fish like this, similarly to how I was gripping onto Vaca. Except for that I'm also skewering it.
All right. What do you do now?
Don't know why, like,
Uh,
on my brain, all I can think about is, like, a farm music, like, of somebody trying to break a horse.
The
This
Benny
beat
Hill
goes
theme.
nuts. Yep.
I
It's like
am
art.
gonna fight
Shove a
this
carrot up its
fish.
ass.
So I'd like to. I have 2 attacks now, and I'd
Like
like
a
to attack
photo.
it again.
All right, go for it. That will hit. All right, and your second attack?
Did
That hits.
did you see what I just saw?
All right. So Floof is just slamming into this thing with their rock paper scissors club. It has pretty thick scales, but you're just sheer force of will getting this thing. As the fish kind of turns and comes towards the surface, you guys watch in front of you as this thing crests the surface of the water, kind of leaping into the air, and you just see Floof on its back, spear up in the air, ready to come down again on top of it. Floof, can I get another contested athletics check? This is a
Come on,
d20 plus
dice.
4,
Come on, dice.
Travis,
so
you're muted.
22.
Monty
Yeah.
yells out, "Go for the gills!"
So 22, you see this thing in the air kind of just bucks Floof, and Floof, you go flying up into the air as the thing goes splashing down into the water, and you into the water as well, but no longer gripping onto it.
Floof is blasting off again.
When I landed, I sputter, and then I want to look under the water and see if I can see it.
Yeah, as you stick your head under the water, you can definitely see it as it's charging right at you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, then I'm going to just try to grapple it.
Well, it's gonna try to bite you first,
me.
so this is
Yeah.
Eat you.
d20
Oh, no.
plus 4. It gets a 6.
Yeah.
So
Athletics or
as it,
acrobatics?
yeah, no, this is just it trying to grab, like trying to bite you.
Oh.
So
Okay.
as it comes flying at you, mouth open, you're able to kind of position yourself out of the way. Do you want to use that acrobatics check to try to grab it again?
Yeah.
All right, so you're able to snatch onto it once more. So you guys see Floof just kind of on the surface as this fish bucked it off. You see the fish come back up. All you see is its fin as it just streamline right towards Floof as Floof grabs onto it and once again under the surface.
It's fine. And then it's like really peaceful up above for a bit.
All right, would you like to make your attacks, Floof?
Yes.
Vaca.
Oh no!
That will miss.
No.
Extra attack.
That
Thank
one will
you.
hit.
Vaca, should we be concerned?
With
Have
the
you guys made it back to Vodka yet?
I mean, we're still kind of like treading water in the middle
all right, with
while
that
this is
hit.
happening.
We're in the mouth of a cave.
Well, with that hit, Floof, the fish kind of sputters and goes limp. And it kind of floats to the surface with you grabbed onto it.
I'm holding it like this, like a floaty device,
A pool noodle?
like
As
a
you
pool noodle.
yeah, as you see this fish about twice the size of Floof rises to the surface, Floof just clinging to it.
And I spit out some water, and I grin really big, and I go, Starry, Monty, Cador, I got it! Look, I got it! It's a fish!
Golf claps in the water while we're treading.
I'm
Woohoo!
still like in the mouth of the cave.
I mean, we still got past that.
Yeah.
Whoa. Good job, expert.
You get my hat wet.
Your hat's just like floating, floats by you.
Or did it get caught on the branch as I leaped away?
No, I'm not. Monty puts it on, and its brim is no longer stiff.
Yeah, and you see Oyame standing on the dock, kind of clapping as well, as they have kind of a
pile.
pole of 6 fish hanging from it over their shoulder.
I'm just gonna start kicking my legs to try to move.
Yeah.
Absolute floaty device. Trying to get back to land.
I love that.
If only it was a pink flamingo.
It's a dead fish.
Close enough.
All right, you guys all swim back up to where Vodka is, kind of sitting on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Oyame takes their fish and walks into the cabin, and you can see a few moments later, smoke starts to come out of the chimney.
Hope y'all aren't tired of fish.
Trying to get it up on the rocks.
Proof you
Vodka.
did it.
Slippery.
I
did it.
is sitting on the sand watching this whole thing take place. It is clumsy and was dangerous, but was successful, and she feels very proud.
So does Floof.
Vodka will get up kind of slowly and stretch off, like dry now, sun-baked. I'm just going to retcon that while you were off on your adventure looking at and potential hazardous materials, has probably washed some clothes, so there's now a makeshift line of
Calder already did that.
Calder's clothes already, but her stuff is hanging up. And we'll walk over to Floof and kind of shimmy there between their ears and say, you know, this might be just one fish, Floof, but I think this is the biggest fish anybody has caught today. And I'll help you pick it up. Its fins. Probably the biggest fish in the entire...
I knew Floof would be able to catch us dinner.
I think is biggest fish for me to catch.
And you did it all by yourself.
Excuse
Yes,
me.
I do it. I do it. I show everybody.
God, I'm so distracted by Jason right now.
Yeah, sorry, he was on one.
Well, if we just had a separate Jason cam, this wouldn't be an issue.
Sorry, I took a drink. It went down the wrong pipe. Give me a minute.
Oh
no.
no! Oh god!
Oh boy.
Oh no!
Welcome to the club.
Everyone,
Yeah.
drink in solidarity.
Down the wrong pipe.
Just
You're good. You're fine.
we love you,
Okay.
Tanner. We won't let you suffer it alone.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Excuse me. I'm fine. I'm okay. But no, I was gonna say, as you pull this fish up out of the pond, Vodka, it is slightly larger than Old Bitey.
Oh shit.
Oh.
It is good. It is good for it, but also I win. We can show everybody.
Who is
Yes.
there?
You want to stuff it and enchant it to sing? Put it back up in the tavern?
Why?
Yeah, you're right. That's just derivative.
It's a fun novelty at best. Oh, good job, Floof.
Mhm.
I'm going to lay back down on my shore blanket. And just, well, how much time? We don't know how long this thing's going to last, do we?
They said about 24 hours.
Oh, okay. So we do know how long it's going to last, do we?
Oh,
You can actually see that the device that was acting as a sun is beginning to sink a little bit in the sky.
Oh, oh. Um, can I make like a mental note? Like I wanna let me know as soon as it like starts getting close to the tree line because
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
going to try and go find where it lands.
I'll just tell you right now that that's not going to be a problem.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Like once
Wait,
it's
what does that mean? That's for all right.
Um,
I'm going to share everything that we discovered with Floof and Baka.
while I descale the fish.
Yes.
there's people in them there hills.
Damn it.
People, do they want to see this fish?
Mm.
No, I don't think so.
Good. Then I will keep it for me. Haha.
Yes, that is your fish, Floof. I don't think ne'er-do-wells want to. Well, I don't think they deserve your fish.
But you can have some.
Well, thank you.
Yes, okay.
But we were considering keeping watch on the mouth of the cave this evening. And
You
then
guys-
going in.
You guys didn't take anything, did you?
No.
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 Okay.
No, I think we left it all.
Yeah,
So
not
you
to even like
find,
carefully put the scroll case and the map back in.
so you find stud paper and people
And rocks.
and rocks.
Maybe people. There might be people. We aren't sure, but just in case there are.
We
kinda, like,
watch
look over-
them.
Yeah, I kind of look over at Vodka at that point. And you figured it would be best if we were all together.
Baka has like a little furrowed brow and looks over at the mouth of the cave. And then the smell of smoked or cooked fish. I think after such a swim, it is probably time to eat. And we'll like kind of shake out the hanging clothes that are up. And start
No.
making our way over to the little cabin.
I will drag this big fish behind me and follow you. It is
We get
only
into the
partially
cabin.
descaled.
Monty wants to look through the through any stores that might be there. Storage. So
Okay. Yeah,
For
so
food.
you guys get back to the cabin, and Oyame has got fish over a grill over the fireplace, and is starting to plate some stuff up for you guys. They caught enough fish where each one of you gets your own. In this main room, there are a couple cabinets and chests. Most of it just has kind of... You don't see any, like, provisions so much. You see, like, firewood, some, plates, cookware. There are 3 rooms that are attached to this larger one. As you kind of open them up, you see that they're kind of bedrooms, each one having some beds in them. And in the 3rd room, you find stairs that lead to the 2nd floor, where you find a few more bedrooms.
there's not a cellar or anything, is there?
There wouldn't be, not this close to the water.
Yeah, true.
I
Damn. Monty was looking for oil and flour to fry us up some fish, but
God damn it. I
Fish
forgo.
Fish oil.
I forgo my fish, and I will wait and partake of floofs.
Calder will eat his fish and then try to get some of loose fish.
I will just give it back to Oyame.
They just kind of shrug and say, well, more for
More
me.
fish.
Yeah, exactly. You went through the trouble of catching them. You deserve it, at least more than the fair share.
Floof is working very hard at descaling this fish.
Yeah, Oyame will
And-
see you kind of working on it and come over and offer you some help.
I do it. It's okay. Please.
Thank you, please.
Are you sure?
Yes, okay, I do it.
Oh, at least here. She pulls out her fillet knife and hands it to you. This might make an easier go of things.
Okay. Yeah, I go back to it. And after, I would say, I don't know how long it takes to do that for this size of a fish, but after a while, when they finally get it pretty well cleaned up, they sigh and sit back on like their heels, and then just fairly quietly they just tear up a little bit and they start sniffling.
What's the
Wrong,
matter?
Floof.
This is too late.
It's what?
I cannot show it to everyone.
I've got an idea. And Calder will finish up his fish. And he'll go over. He'll pull out his hatchet and he'll take the head off of the fish and he'll start like trying to peel back all the meat and whatnot. And then while everybody's eating, he's gonna kind of go get probably a cast iron pot. And he wants to boil off the rest of the meat to
Yeah.
get it down to skeletal skull. Floof, can I have your club? And once it's done, like he'll let it kind of cool for a bit. Might take it out to the water hole, kind of like cool it down, and he'll use his scrimshaw tools to fashion it onto Floof's club as like a cool adornment for Floof. What do you think? Now you can show people.
I can show some people. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What did you want to show?
When I bring big fish back, then it's good. I show I can do it. My kin.
Vodka kind of does like a little exhale. And like will shimmy over to Floof.
Hmm.
And just give them a little pet between the ears again.
Well,
It's hard Okay, to catch fish is very hard. I try it a lot. They they will be happy.
I think they will be very happy, Floof, and very proud. She'll kind of like gesture to the assembled group, including a polar bear and a genasi and a half elf, and just smile and say, "But maybe not your kin, but you can share, and you have shared with your friends, and
Yes.
we are very thankful."
Okay. Is if I show you, then I win.
You definitely win, Floof.
Okay. I'll be very strong fisher now.
The best fisher in the group.
Yes.
And Vodka takes another bite of a mangled fillet.
Loop, I think you won the moment you killed that sucker. No matter what we think.
Why? Scotch.
Yeah, Monty, why?
I feel like this is gonna get into a spiral with that same question.
Why?
As the orb starts kind of coming down to start getting cooler.
Yeah, you can see the amount of time it took to cook everything, get everything prepared, doing some of the little scrimshaw work. The sun now is just at the top of the trees. It's probably, like 4 or 5 in the evening now.
I go over and I take Monty's wait, you're not wearing clothes, are you?
Oh no, I mean we're back inside and winding down and having dinner.
Yeah, and like
Rude
those,
to eat
are
naked.
wearing clothes? Okay.
yeah, and when I
Then
say
I grab
those
your
big
sleeve.
windows are open now, like they're kind of like a walkout. So like this area kind of walks right out into those docks or the deck.
I grab Monty's sleeve and look up at him and I say, well, okay, is not to win until bring it back. Because to bring it back is bring for you. And that is to win. That is what they teach me.
You see, Oyame this whole time, after they finish eating and stuff, they're sitting in like this chair, like kind of a rocking chair that faces out towards the water, and they've been scrimshawing themselves. Kind of looks over and says, it's always a win and a blessing to bring something back to provide for your family.
Yes. To my family.
Well, I'm mighty thankful to have a bite of it. Thanks for sharing.
Yes, okay, please. And I run away. Just
Too
run
much
off.
pressure.
Yeah.
Vodka will kind of like wind down and bring like the supplies and stuff back in and start to dress more appropriately for the cool temperature. And lay their kind of furs down. And look around at the group and just say, so we will sleep here tonight and in the morning
The cave.
continue our journey.
We're
We
going
could
to
go
cave.
to the cave. Aye.
Yes, our journey into the cave. We should have a watch tonight. And
Oh. If watching cave, you climb this tree is good tree.
I will keep that in mind, Fluv.
Okay.
And Vaka will offer to take the first watch since they are already pretty rested.
I will join you.
I'll take second watch.
I'm gonna sleep outside.
Ome is kind of sitting there, just like, I can ensure that we are not disturbed in the night if you want to sleep.
And Vaka will kind of stretch out.
Not much gets past this bear's senses. Kind of chuckles.
Sounds good to me then.
Well,
There are plenty of rooms if you want your own bed for the night.
no. If you decide you need rest, please let me know.
Vaka will watch Floof kind of scamper off outside. And will not chase after them. We'll let them.
Where do you go
Well,
outside,
we can
Floof? You just like go out into the dock, or?
I'd like to find a nice dry spot of dirt or just earth.
Okay, yeah. I mean, there's like you can probably find one like relatively close. You're still like
Dry
within earshot of everybody.
Spot where I just curl up, use my backpack as like a pillow and sleep outdoors for the first time in a long time.
Okay. Yeah. As you guys go to bed then?
Yeah, like Vaka will get kind of settled and stuff. Before going fully to sleep, she will probably seek out Oyame at some point.
Yeah.
Just
Oyame
watch
is
me
gonna
work her out.
just kind of sitting in this rocking chair, looking out over the pond, just kind of scrimshawing and. Yeah, you find him there. You see
Yeah,
a little
well-
pile of floof just around the corner.
Yeah, so yeah, Vaka will come out, and kind of sit in a chair next to them, poke at the fire a little bit. Because everything's kind of quiet for the night. Maybe pick at some of the extra pieces of fish. And just sigh softly. It's been a long time since I've seen the sunshine. For a moment, it was almost like the winter was over.
Aye. The winter always returns.
Yeah, so they're like when the winter always returns, Vaka will kind of like lean forward a little bit and ask, so why do you think you never returned home? Back to the Sky Tower?
You see she kind of continues rocking and looking out over the lake and stuff now. The sun is very low. You can just see kind of shards of light just over the tops of the trees, and the night sky is beginning to appear. She just says, I never returned because for the longest time I was afraid that I couldn't. And that fear stuck with me for so long. By the time I was able to shake it, well, No one was left who would have recognized me. No one was left that would have remembered my name. My home died not to fire, not to cold, but to time.
And Vok will kind of gonna pull at, make sure that her hair is tight and stuff. And pull at the furs around her shoulders. The sun starts coming down. My grandmother told me that when you left, the two clans were one.
They were.
I know that each group has their own stories, but do you remember what happened? How they split?
Oh, those stories, how any group becomes two, the vanity that spills into rivalry, that spills into distrust. The roots of those are hard to find, even for myself. I returned once, and they'd already split. I didn't make myself known then. It's hard to say. The Goliaths of the spine at one time were one people. And even though they tell themselves now that they are two, they're still one.
Vaka will kind of like fidget with the talisman around her neck. Play with the mask that she has found. And just kind of like furrow her brow a little bit. In my travels in the 10 towns and been gone for so long, I've always believed that those of the Worm Dune were jealous and bitter and barbaric beyond any other legends of my people. But to hear the humans talk, I feel that they are known to be the more friendly of the group, or of the two. Not even this blizzard could bring us together.
She kind of looks at you, and you have those owlbear claws, right?
Yeah.
And she kind of looks at you and looks at that hanging around your neck. And she smiles and says, "Are you sure about that?"
And like Vaka will like kind of play with the talisman and like down and kind of smile. And like that kind of like feeling of the memory of the owl bear and how she come to take these claws will kind of just exhale. It's too... I sometimes dream of what that would be like.
You have a child, don't you?
I do.
And they're not fully Sky Tower, are they?
Like Vaka will kind of like bite her lip Well, the blizzard can't kill anything, or can't kill everything.
It seems the warmth found in a blizzard could bring the tribes together.
Perhaps for a time.
That's all that's needed.
It's a lot to put on a boy.
It's a lot to put on a mother.
I daydream too much of how powerful we could be if we won again. I wonder if he knows what he left me in the snow.
It's possible that he does. It's possible that there's still time for him to find out. Are you afraid to tell him?
And Vaka will kind of lean forward, and knowing, like, hearing humans and other races talk about the dune and the sky tower, there's a crack, like, in her chest as she looks up. She says, I'm worried. I'm worried for how they would perceive him. That he wouldn't belong anywhere.
Oyame is just kind of looking out now, the sky as the sun is set, seeing the stars and stuff begin to appear. And it's like after a moment of silence, she just says, you know more than most that when the blizzard comes, those who stand alone will freeze. The blizzard that is coming is greater than any that have come before. A tribe that stands alone will not last. The child that you have back home has more chance than any. And the parents that he has more chance than any to bridge the old hatreds, to stand against the blizzards.
Vaka will kind of sit back in her chair.
It is a heavy responsibility for a child. But we don't often choose the responsibilities that are handed to us.
And Vaka will exhale. And kind of smile. I wonder if he even knows his name. And she'll, like, look down at her finger where the bear bite is. But I know that we would both protect him with our lives.
And he has a better chance than most.
And Vaka will kind of and tuck the bear claw back into her clothes.
You should get some rest, Wild Speaker. I fear that this warmth won't last through the night.
So Vaka will kind of like stretch and put a hand on Oyame's shoulder and just say, "You're far more frightening in the children's stories." go off and take a sleep.
God damn, that was heavy.
Yeah, I'll wait till the next long rest before I do my fucking thing. I'm not gonna try and. I'm not gonna go after that.
I didn't know that where that was. I didn't know that that's where that was going, but I'm glad it did.
That's great.
So as the night progresses, the temperature begins to drop.
Boo.
Floof,
Yeah.
you are scooped in your sleep. As you kind of wake up hazy-eyed, you see you are in the arms of a big werebear as they are
Oh,
putting you inside.
it's it is end.
I'm afraid so.
Okay.
And
I miss it.
it will be back. All things come in rotation.
What is rotation?
At that, he or she kind of spins on her heel and says, "You see the fire? Now you don't. Now you see it again." And then she just plops you down into the big, comfy couch in front of the fire.
Curl up into a ball. And stay awake for a little bit. Watching the fire and looking around the well, there's nobody in this room really, is there?
Monty actually would have fallen asleep, or at least sat up next to the fire for a good long while, finishing off that punch bowl.
So Monty's whiskey drunk, passed out next in a chair next to the fire.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
I think-
as you're up for a little bit, you just see Oyame just kind of closing the windows and pulling the shutters closed and closing the door, as you can feel kind of the rush of that winter air starting to kind of blow back in.
Circle. So, everything's circle. Ome?
Everything's a circle. Some are bigger than others, but everything comes back around.
I look over at Monty and then back and down at my my improvised weapon with or my club, I guess, with the charm on it. And I say quietly, "Yes, okay. Family comes in circle too. I think."
She just nods.
Thank you, please. Goodbye. And then I go to sleep.
All right. Anybody else get up or do anything tonight?
Not unless I'm woken up.
Calder just makes it a point to leave his door open.
All right. At some point in the night, Vaka, while you're asleep in your room, the little orb that had created the sun drifts back down through your open window and just lands dormant on the nightstand. kind of glowing softly like a star, just kind of floats back down since you were the one who had tuned to it. I told you it wouldn't be a problem. And
as it kind of like floats in the window, since it's still like a little bit bright,
yeah,
Vaka, like laying in bed, will like kind of like wince her a little bit and see like this bright orb kind of come in through the window, and we'll just smile and we'll just say softly out loud in Giant, "I promised I would bring him the sun," and is attuned to a literal glowing ball. I'm sorry, Shaltari, you were dead. Cannot be attuned to you. I can see your little disappointed face.
so the rest of the night goes by without incident. You guys begin to stir awake in the morning. However, the sun is not rising. You are back to the long night. As you look outside the windows, as you guys begin to wake, you can see a gentle snow beginning to fall.
A big stretch.
And the temperature is
Quickly dropping.
Oh, it's still okay. So it's not completely.
It's probably
Over.
like 20 degrees, but it's getting colder
Okay.
by the moment.
Well,
So probably not enough cold through the night to refreeze the
Not yet. The
pond.
No, the
No.
water's still not frozen over, but it's cold.
Just give it time. Not like we have anywhere to be.
True.
Floof's hair, now that it's been kind of sort of washed, is a complete mess. And it's going everywhere, like in their eyes and everything. And they keep pushing it out of their face like this. And they don't know how to deal with this situation. And so they just keep making distressed noises about it.
Once everybody wakes up, Calder's gonna break apart one of those branches of holly and do a good berry.
Yeah, and as you do that too, you see Oyame as boiling water and making some pine tea for everyone.
Yeah, he'll give Oyame a berry as well.
Pops it in her mouth. Never been
Do
so
you
full.
good for a day.
And she hands you a glass of steaming pine tea. A little dollop
you.
of honey.
Calder just enjoying the tea, just looking around this cabin kind of forlornly.
Yeah, so everybody kind of wakes up and stumbles back down into the main room. Well, seems summer has ended yet again.
It
All
goes
things do.
circle. It goes circle. It come back.
Not at the very same time as all things do end. As he's also like clutching his head from a hangover.
Calder will give you a good berry.
I quickly poke my head outside looking for the sun.
Oh, there is none.
I
The
start
clouds have
heading-
returned and it is
Start heading
gently
in the
snowing.
direction that I last saw it.
Without everybody.
Well, it wasn't that far. I'm just
Vaka has it.
going to go back
Right.
to the house and check. We can't leave without it, can we?
When you say that, like ready to go on an exposition, Vodka will hold out her,
You want to pull the mic closer to your face, sweetie?
Vodka will hold out her hand holding the now lit up orb.
Oh, it's like fully dormant now. It's just like
Yeah.
it's like three bands of metal wrapped around what looks like a piece of coal.
Joltari, do you mean this? It found its way in my window last night.
It's pretty.
Yes. Very pretty.
On its own.
Yes. Floated right through the window.
You know that Vodka attuned to it before they were able to use it.
Saw that while we were dead.
You see? It's circle. It's comeback.
Exactly, Floof.
Okay, so we go cave. Blows hair out of their face.
Hmm.
Not quite. I don't know if you want to get into freezing water.
Oh. This bad.
I take one of the like leather strips in my bag that I use, and I walk up behind or I sit next to Floof and offer to help with their hair.
Aww.
Thank you, please. You said
Yep.
very nice for it.
And I put Floof's hair up in a little Floof knot.
Yay.
And by little I mean
Aw.
very, very big Floof knot.
Big, big fucking poofy, floppy knot. But I can see.
I mean, if you guys wait a few hours, it'll get back down to like 30 below, and
Yeah.
the water's gonna freeze pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can wait.
That's
We
why
can
I
hang
said
out.
it's just a matter of time, so
Yeah, so you guys just like hang out in the cabin for a while as Monty tries to work his hangover off.
You had honey on you?
Yeah, she hands you a glass of pine tea, the dollop of honey in it.
Could have used that in the punch. Damn. And he just slowly sips on the.
I add to my now growing talismans on my club. I fashioned to it the little rock that the other will-o-wisp was like inhabited.
The broken quartz.
Yes.
Yeah, sitting next to the fire, Calder's just kind of like just sitting, pulls out the blade of Levisis. He's just kind of looking at it as it glares in the firelight while we wait for the water to freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It only takes a
Why-
few hours for it to get back down to below, like 30 below. And you can see the water quickly begins to freeze over.
Oh, we can go now. I say as I have already taken a few steps on the ice.
You need to get those booties back on.
No.
If you step on the ice without
Vodka.
booties, I'm gonna have to make you make a dex save.
I don't know where they go.
Vodka has retrieved booties and
Damn.
holds
I
them
was
out.
hoping one was half frozen, like in the lake.
Oh, damn.
Vodka
He's-
hears Floof say damn and looks over at Elliot.
He's got a wry grin.
Right, so you
Yes, I
guys
put the booties on.
gear back up, force Floof to put their booties on, and you guys head out over the newly frozen water to the cave. Let's see, Oyame, do you want them to come with you, or?
I'm not going to ask her. If she
Yeah.
offers, she's welcome to, but I'm not going to ask.
I can stay here and watch after your things, or I can come with you.
Vaka will kind of look over and smile and say, "'Tis to your sense of adventure."
You see they like stand up out of their chair and groan. And grab their axe. All right. Lead the way.
Okay, we go.
All right.
As we go out, Vaka is going to make a loud clicking noise to see where Fiask has got off to. Since the last time we saw them, they were in a puddle.
Splashing around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Fiasco's just kind of hanging out outside, digging through the fresh snow, trying to get at some of the vegetation that's beneath it.
Calder would have given Fiask a berry too.
Fiasco will take it, but continue to forage.
Damn bird.
The mood.
Just squawks in your face, and then Axbeak nuzzles you, which is not comfortable by any means.
Calder will still give a chuckle. Once we make it to the mouth of the cave, though, Calder would like to cast Pass Without a Trace on us.
Okay.
Just a little bit of the boop. Maybe. Boop.
You have
All right.
to-
So as you guys cast Pass Without a Trace, you guys enter the cave. Where are you guys going?
I don't want to go back to see if that campsite's still there.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's inspect that first.
So,
All right. So as you guys, can I get stealth checks?
yep. Don't forget to add 10 to your check.
Yay! Dice rolls.
So 28 from Calder.
Things I like. Things I'm good at.
33.
Sheltari gets a 16.
The shoes really helped, so.
Oh, look at Montgomery with a stone.
You beat
Thank you.
Floof.
Thank you, Monty.
All right. So as you
Wow.
guys come back into this cave, you can see the pickaxes are gone. The packs and the bedrolls have been rolled up and are gone as well.
What? Whoa! Whoa! What?
Did you see anyone leaving last night?
No.
No.
Like to see for tracks.
Sure. Go ahead and roll survival.
24.
Kind of looking across this hard stone, you can see a couple scuff marks. It looks like of boots on stone that are fresh. That have kind of gone around this room and gathered their supplies and then headed back out.
Like the way we came in.
Yeah, but as they go back out into that main room where it branches off, they turn and they go down those steps.
So like Calder will kind of slink off into the shadows a bit, and if you look over his direction, you just see the glint of his eyes like a wolf's, and he's just like comes back into the light and be like, down the stairs they went.
Okay, so we go there.
Just be careful. There might be
Oh.
traps still
Paper.
active. There was,
Oh.
as you said, Mr. Montgomery, a ward that was there.
Okay, we go careful.
That's
Okay.
right.
Yes. I look ahead. I'm gonna go like 20 feet ahead
All right.
and look around for traps or other suspicious items, structures.
Sure. So you're going down these steps. Yeah, you can see there as this elvish writing carved into the walls all along your way down as the steps kind of switch back and forth following this natural fissure in the rock. Eventually they level out, probably 40-ish feet of a descent, and they kind of follow, the path kind of follows this level path now. As you continue forward, the rest of the party behind you, what's your marching order? It's about 5 foot wide, so it has to be single file.
Middle, please.
Calder will probably be right behind Floof.
Take up the rear.
Behind Oyame or in front of them?
Behind Oyame.
Okay. And then Vodka behind Calder?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Floof about 20 feet ahead?
Yeah. I think that, yeah, that sounds right.
All right. Give me just a second here. Yeah, so Floof, you kind of following this path ahead, it opens up into this large chamber. At the center of it, you can see this large, jagged, black crystal kind of jutting up from the ground.
Okay. I go back about 10 feet and signal that it's safe to come all the way. And just wait for everyone to gather. Then I go back to staring at the big rock.
Yeah, so all of you come down here. You see this large shard of Chardolin just kind of jutting out about twice the size of the masthead. And this hasn't been carved at all, it's just raw. It looks sharp as glass. It's a jagged, kind of obsidian, kind of glossy texture to it.
And it's just in the middle of this space.
Yeah, it's like this large natural cavern.
It's just jutting out. Like, it's not next to anything else. It's just jutting out by itself.
Yep. You can see like kind of some cracks in the stone beneath it. It's almost like it grew up like a tree through this stone.
Okay. That's
Badass.
Well, I was gonna say fucked.
Badass.
Not natural. Something caused this to grow.
Looking around this room, you can see the supplies that were up in the other room are here now. You can see there are chunks of this shard that have been picked at and chiseled away.
Like to see if there's any other tracks or boot scuffs around.
All right, go ahead and roll survival.
What?
It looks like there are tracks everywhere in here, and it's hard to tell how many, but there's a ton of tracks in this room.
Are there any exits visible?
Just the one you came in.
Did anybody mention that they were wondering if it was Durgar?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Calder thought it was Durgar because of the bloody
Yeah.
battle hammer brooches.
Yeah.
The ones that killed that guy and leave through door.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and
that's them.
we do not chase.
Can Monty roll a check on Duragar?
I believe you guys already have, back when
Yeah.
you first encountered their presence with the dwarves.
Yeah,
So I
did.
don't think there's anything that you could have learned between that time and now that wouldn't have happened like in game.
What do you want to know?
What Travis knows.
So as you all are kind of in this room looking around, looking at this giant chunk of crystal, the gear that's down here, Oyame just kind of gruffles and says, "This isn't a good place to be. This crystal is tainted, like all of them are. They only
What
attract.
are they?
They only attract the bad.
All of them. You've encountered these before.
The crystal shards. They are scattered throughout the 10 towns. Workings of an old wizard."
Wait, did we know that?
It's a handout.
You might have. I don't know if I've shared it with you. There should
You
be.
shared it.
If there is, it's a handout that says Chardolin.
Yeah.
It's a magical.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a magical substance.
Magic rock. I hold up my rock, paper, scissors club.
Not quite.
Bad thing, though.
It's not inherently good or evil, but it's powerful, and anything powerful attracts the most wicked amongst us.
Oh, it is God.
Vaka will kind of look down at Floof and look at the crystal and point and say, "Makes people nerdos. That being around the crystal too long is bad."
We should not then be here.
I agree.
Or we lie in wait.
And touch it.
Problem with the laying in wait that I got is these tracks came down, didn't come back up.
So it was the same thing as last night. They came back eventually.
Maybe is Den.
Thing is, I got a hunch that there might be another way out of here.
Think they would leave without their equipment.
No, I think might
We
be a
didn't
way
see
to go
where-
deeper.
We didn't see where the water went when we were in here during the thaw. To that hot spring.
I have little interest in hot springs now.
But it could be another way out.
I'd look for that pack that had the Chardolin.
Yeah, you can find it there.
I'm taking it.
As you kind of pick it up and sling it over your shoulder, let's see. And you throw it over your shoulder and you turn as if you're getting ready to leave. This creature materializes from right behind you, and it raises a dagger up over your back and brings it down on your shoulders.
This is the roll for what Travis knows that I was wanting to make.
This is with advantage.
Oh no. Oh no.
Why is it always me?
You're the
'Cause he
one
wants
who
your
grabbed the
soul.
stuff.
Hey, to be fair,
To be fair.
getting stabbed is your thing. Getting blown up is my thing.
So
Like,
technically, what this is we'll have to roll initiative, and this will be in the first round, and you guys are all surprised. So let me jump you guys over to
No, you
the
can't roll.
page.
Can't roll advantage on me again.
So here, real quick, you are over here. Floof is kind of there with Calder, Monty. Oyame did not come in very far. And then, let's see. This guy's right there.
I have danger sense, but I can still be surprised.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, no, hold on.
No.
is that not?
That's
till
for
later.
traps only, I think.
They're two different abilities that we always
Yeah.
confused in our last
Yeah.
campaign.
Right. I thought that one was not till later,
Give me a second.
but
Yeah.
Fairland
Nope,
sinks.
nope.
seventh
Danger
level.
sense is like you have advantage on dex saves.
Yeah, against
Yeah,
like
it's seventh
things I
level.
can
Feral
see.
instinct is what stops
Blind,
you.
yeah.
Yep.
That's what.
Okay, you guys can go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh!
Just
And our beach episode with combat.
just for in case there are more of those happening. I just wanted to put that out there that I do have blind sight.
Uh-huh.
10
Yep,
feet.
I know, but it's only 10 feet, and you never were within 10
Yeah.
feet of one of them.
I'm putting it in case there's others I didn't.
You
I'm
know,
actually gonna burn
so I had to like
something.
zoom out and like find the map, and I literally thought like the thing you have drawn in the middle, which I'm assuming is the crystal,
Yeah.
So
was what popped up. I was like, Jesus, that's
So this is actually the thing that appears behind Calder.
yeah,
Or
Sorry.
Chaltari.
yeah.
Just
I
let it
literally
slide
thought it
one
was
time,
this whole
Curtis.
thing
Just
here.
let it slide one time.
I'm gonna cash in a sorcery point to have Monty reroll initiative.
Nice. I wish I could also do that.
huh.
Fuck.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was a bet.
Let's see.
Or a gamble.
Oyame in here.
great gamble.
All right.
House always wins.
Oh, it's dawn. We got 10 hit points.
All right. So Calder.
Yeah,
you
you
are-
asshole! I got 10 extra hit points now. Stab me.
So Calder, you're the first one to see as this Duragar just materializes behind Shaltari as he turns to leave. However, you are surprised. So your surprise condition will end at the end of your turn, which is now. And then it is this Duragar's turn, and you see he plunges this wicked-looking dagger into Shaltari's shoulder with advantage. A 16.
Yeah. Oh my
For-
God! It's made of ice. Oh no, it's not.
No,
It's
it's you take 4 piercing and 10 psychic.
What the fuck?
Psychic damage.
Tanner, is this blade psionic?
Oh my God. Does every
Uh,
weapon have to have an extra 3d6 attached to it, Tanner?
Did you say yeah, Tanner?
Yeah. And then it's going to pull that dagger out and stab you again.
Oh no.
For 17 to hit.
Jeez.
For 6 piercing and 8 psychic. All right. It is.
Oh my fucking God.
It is 7:56.
And I would be unconscious already. Thank you, Lightbender.
Jesus.
Hey, don't you go giving him any credit.
So it's 7:56. So unless we go long, we're not gonna have time to finish
No.
out this encounter.
it's not.
No.
And so
I do like starting sessions with encounters, though.
It's kind of fun.
okay. So I'll just
Right
save
into
this
the shit.
initiative and stuff for next time. So we'll just finish here as you guys watch this Duragar emerge from invisibility as Shaltari tried to take a bag full of this black crystal. And yeah. So
Father, why have you forsaken me everything I do?
How many hit points do you have?
Exactly 10.
Wow. That's intense.
intense.
Hey, but you know what though? Floof caught a fish, so
Luke did catch a fish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
worth it.
so yeah, thanks you guys for tuning in. We'll be back next week to figure out what's going on with these Duragar in this cave and see if you know, if it was worth it, Shaltari. If it was worth it.
is it worth it?
And see if it's going to be a full moon at some point.
I immediately want to, oh, like, they're gonna fucking find out, but I gotta stop talking shit when I'm such a squishy biscuit. It's so shitty, you guys. It feels so bad.
Squishy biscuit.
Wishmallow.
Oh,
Oh.
God.
Well, yeah. Well, thank you for tuning in. You remember to follow us at Twitter at D20Panic. You can also check out this episode as well as all of our past episodes on YouTube, also at D20Panic. Yeah, I'll try to get this one up as soon as I can in case you weren't here to watch it, Hawthorne. Hope you enjoy your camping trip. All
We
right.
missed you.
We did miss you. You missed all the sentimental moments of Mommy
Oh, you
Vodka.
missed mommy drama. Oh, you're gonna be.
It's
I mean,
all
you
right.
say
I'll-
that like they're not going to be watching this.
Yeah, they're gonna be
like,
very
in the
excited.
future.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna try to get this up as soon as I can. But yeah. All right. See you guys next week. Later.
Oh, I'm gonna have so many scars. I have to roll on the table again.